Assalamualaikum my dear students, how are you all? I hope that all of you will be in good health. Take out your geography books. Okay. In our previous lecture we have studied about subduction, that downward and sideways movement of crust into mantle. So today I am going to explain this diagram to you. Take out page number 4. Now look at carefully this diagram. So starting from the first part, ocean basin. What is meant by ocean basin? It means that it is a body of ocean. It is a large ocean. The next part is trench. Trench means a long narrow depression. Okay, trench means that if the part of a crust goes at the lower level than the surrounding area. It means that, as you can see here, look at this. This is trench. It is going downward from the surrounding area. Means this is crust. So a part of it is going downward, making a low depression, and it is called as trench. Next is forearc. Forearc is a portion between oceanic trench and volcanic arc. So first look at this oceanic trench and volcanic arc. So the portion in between these two regions is termed as forearc. Now forearc means the portion which is present between volcanic arc and oceanic trench. Now what is volcanic arc? It is usually a chain of volcanoes. You can see here, these are chain of volcanoes. So volcanic arc is chain of volcanoes. What is meant by back arc? Back arc is a region or area which is present behind the volcanic arc. As you can see, volcanic arc and the region behind it is called as back arc. Now this is continental crust, means this is the crust of land, and this is lithosphere, means first layer of the earth. This is the first layer of ocean. This is the first layer of land and this is first layer of ocean, and it is usually downward from the earth's first layer. So asthenosphere is the second layer. It means that upper part of mantle. As I have told you that first part is called as crust, second is mantle, and third is core. So lithosphere, it is the crust, first part, and asthenosphere, it is the second part. It is semi-solid. It means that liquid is mixed with a solid. So now below continental crust, continental lithosphere, there is a portion called as mantle wedge. Now what is meant by mantle wedge? When mantle is going to form a triangular shape, as you can see, the depression which is coming from ocean body, it is forming a triangular shape structure. Slowly it will be converted into triangular shape, so it is called as mantle wedge. So next to the mantle wedge is magma chamber. Now what is meant by magma chamber? It is usually magma within the earth crust, means below the volcano. You can see here, this is magma chamber. When it is getting hot, it becomes melt and it forms droplets like structure which are called as buoyant magma diapirs. So these droplets are called as buoyant magma diapirs. This is the subduction zone. As I have told you, subduction means sideway or downward movement of earth's plate. For example, this is the movement of earth plate in downward direction and forming a depression. And this part, it is called as accretionary prism. Now what is this? It is usually when a part of crust is separated from oceanic crust, means when a part is separated from oceanic crust and it goes toward the continental crust and joins with it. For example, now this part is going to continental crust and it is going to join with it, so it is called as accretionary prism. So as we have studied about three types of movement of plates: convergent, divergent, and transform. So today we will discuss about this. Take out next page, page number 6. First one is convergent boundaries. These boundaries are usually responsible for making mountains. It means that when one plate moves into another plate, so it will cause the formation of mountains. Where the earth plates collide means that when they hit by accident, like if the plates are moving and they hit with each other, they hit by accident, the crust, means the crust, first layer of the earth, it becomes crumples and buckles into mountain ranges. Crumples means it falls down and buckles means that it becomes bent. It forms a bent shaped structure and then it is converted into mountains. It can take several years. So the Himalaya mountains, which are the highest mountains range in the world, they came into being after Eurasian plate collided. It means that when Eurasian plate collided with each other, it has formed the Himalaya mountains. Let me show you the picture. These are Himalayas mountains. Okay, it means that when the plates of Eurasian or Eurasian plates collide with each other, Himalaya mountains are formed. So with the passage of time, it means that as the collision continues, the mountain grows in height. It is exactly for this reason that K2 and Mount Everest are both growing taller. Let me now show you the pictures of K2 and Mount Everest. Okay, this is Mount Everest and this is K2. Okay, it is believed that K2 will one day be taller than the current tallest mountain Everest. Similarly, sometimes it also happens that a plate of ocean dives. Dives means that it falls down in a process called subduction under a land mass. It means that the plate of ocean dies or it falls down under or below a land mass. As the overlying plate lifts up, it also forms mountain and mountain ranges. Overlying means the spreading. As the layer which spreads, it lifts up or it raises towards the top, it can form mountain and other mountain ranges. Sometimes the diving plate melts and often it gushes out in volcanic eruptions. It means that it melts means that it is liquefied by heat, and it gushes out means it flows out suddenly in the form of volcanic eruptions and turning into mountains such as those that are formed some of the mountains in Andes of South America. Let me show you the picture of mountain of Andes of South America. This is Andes of South America. Okay, next is divergent boundaries. At divergent boundaries, two tectonic plates move away from each other. In case of divergent boundaries in oceans, hot magma means hot fluid from the deep in the earth's mantle. It rises toward the surface and it pushes apart two or more plates. Let me show you the picture of divergent boundaries. This is a divergent boundary. Mountains and volcanoes rise along the seam. It means that they rise together along a junction. So this process can renews. It means that it reforms the ocean floor and makes a giant. Giant means huge basins wider. Means it makes the water bodies or ocean bodies wider. So it means that when the plates move downward from the oceanic regions, the other plates move towards the top and they renews or restore the ocean floor. A single mid-ocean ridge system connects the world oceans, making the ridge the longest mountain ranges in the world. It means that from different oceans, these ridges combine together and they form new floor or new basin bodies. The Great Rift Valley in Africa is a result of divergent boundary movement. Let me show you the picture of Great Rift Valley. Okay, this is the picture of Great Rift Valley. Scientists believe that if plates continue to diverge, the Eastern Africa will split from African continent to form a new landmass. A mid-ocean ridge would then mark the boundary between the plates. It means that if this process continues, so the Eastern Africa will split from African continent, it will form a separate landmass. And between then African continent and Eastern Africa new landmass, the junction would be called as New Ocean Ridge. Take out next page and look at this. This is divergent boundary, mid-ocean ridge. It has formed the divergent boundary. Last is transform boundaries. Transform boundaries trigger. Trigger means it activates the big and powerful earthquakes, as you can see in the picture here. Such as the one in 1906 that completely devastated. Devastated means it has completely destroyed San Francisco in United States of America. Transform boundary is where two plates grind past each other. Grind past means that it is reduced into smaller parts and it moves along with each other, but it has different speed. It may be moved in opposite direction and same direction sideway, but it has different speeds. The San Andreas Fault in California is an example of transform boundary. Look at this. This is San Andreas Fault in California. Now look at this. This is another picture of transform boundary. So I think this is enough for today. Thank you so very much, my students. Allah Hafiz.